Welcome back to the Reds Rippers, a special episode of our vintage card vault. You're looking at a baseball binder, 40 pages of cards, 50s, 60s, 70s, not many 70s. Rookie Nolan Ryan, rookie bench cards, Mantle, Mays, Aaron, all in here, all given to me, strangely enough, at a doctor's office. First page, 1960 Flair. It's a pretty cool Tris Speaker, Branch Rickey, all in pretty good shape. What happened is I accompany my wife to, I always go with my wife to her doctor's office and we always talk a little baseball. And he mentioned he had found his binder filled of cards. You're looking at a page full of 1969, 68, 63, Frank Robinson. Tell you, he has 6 of those 68 All-Stars. They're in really good shape. 63 is pretty rough around the edges, but what a great page. Cincinnati fan, so I think big Frank Robinson fan. Then we have a page full of the old Ernie Banks, 68s, 69s. Little Al Kaline, including the 1959. These Ernie Banks are in great shape. Centering a little off, all of them, but the corners are really good on these 68s. And Al Kaline, same thing. This one's got the best, probably centering. But the corners are in really good shape on these cards. Whole page of, got some Tony Perez, 68, 69s, the Richie Allen, 68s. We got the Rod Carew, 68, 69, 70. A little rough on the corners, but these Tony Perez's are in good shape. Richie Allen is, this one especially, is in really good shape. But going back to the story, you know, he's talking to me that he found his binder of baseball cards in his basement. And he hadn't seen him in years. And he just mentioned to me a few months ago, hey, would you like to see him? And I'm thinking, that'd be cool. I'm not even sure he knows my first name, to be honest. Just my wife's been going there for several years, and I usually go with her to appointments. 69 Hank Aaron's, 4 of them, along with the 68 All-Star Sporting News. These Hank Aaron's, oh man. This one's got great centering. Both of these. Corners are so good. I think he basically just stuck them in some binders back as a kid. You know, most of these are all grading above the 5 line. So many in this book. Get 6, 7s even on these. You're in great shape. But anytime you can get some Hank Aaron. And then a whole page of Willie Mays, which is really cool. Of course, a whole bunch of the 69 Mays. The 68's got a big crease. The other Mays, the 59, Pride of the NL. You got the 61. Then you have these 69 Decal Edge, which just last year they put out some more. And I don't know, every so often maybe they do that. But those are in really good shape. You know, and you can't tell anyway because the corners the way they're made. But no creases. Picked up these. We got a page of a few Reggie Jacksons, the 69, 70 Sporting News, the 69 here. It's like the centering it's not perfect. This centering is probably better, but the corners on this one, man, they are sharp. But like when I was in there and then not thinking that months later he would remember about the baseball cards, I didn't mention anything to him. Got the 69 Tommy Seaver, 68 Palmers, really good shape. The corners on these are really great. Tommy Johns. The Big 3, I really like that Big 3 card. The 1963 Drysdale, Koufax, Johnny Padres. But, you know, when I'm leaving, he says, hey, you want to see still want to see my baseball cards? We're walking out and he just turns around and points to me. Hey, you still want to see this baseball cards? I'm like, sure. He said, let me run back to my office. He runs back, hands me this book, and I open. I'm like, wow, got some great old cards in here. He said, go ahead and take it home. Go ahead, just look at him. Like, you sure? I said, sure. Did not matter to him. Give me time to look at it. Told him I'd probably do a little filming a video. Just like to show it off. Here we got a lot of Don Drysdale, also the 69. Must have been a big Denny McLain fan. That Harvey Haddix, I think that's a 62. Yeah, 62. Mike Marshall, he must have been a fan of him. Pat Dobson, he was also a Tigers fan. Tigers and Reds fan. So, even though I'm not going to see this guy for, I don't know, months again. 68 Mantle. That's really cool. 63 Bombers Best. This is a nice card. Corners, a little bit. But overall, it's a pretty nice card. I like this, the Mantle Boyer card. That is a 60 Rival NL Stars. Got the 61 home run leaders. That is nice. And this, the Mantle card, it's in pretty good shape. A little corner edge there. Centering isn't the worst I've ever seen. But the other corners are actually in decent shape. And this one, I really like that Boyer Mantle card. I'm just curious. I don't know if he's still in collecting, cares about collecting. Would anyone out there, would you just say, hey, you know, you don't want these anymore? Name a price for this book. As you guys look at it, see all these cards. I wonder what your maybe guess would be. I haven't even got to the Nolan Ryan and the bench yet. We're looking here, Billy Martin. This is one that I really liked. I've been looking at the local card shows every month when we go through, see if I can pick up that Billy Martin. I just don't want to overpay for it. It's a 1960. And then the 62s with Roger Maris and Orlando Cepeda. Norm Cash. But I love that Billy Martin. Sharp. The color is great on that. Page full of Yaz. 68, 69, 70. This one right here, great centering. Because so many of these, as you know, just they never get centered well at all. The corners and color are in great shape. I like that one. The 70 up here, it's in good shape too. Even all these, none of these are, most of his cards are in pretty excellent shape. There are a few that he picked up probably as we all did as kids, some of these older ones. 62 Ruth. These 61 Flares. This is a cool card. Fork and Knuckler. Face and Wilhelm. That is 1960? 1960. Then you have the 260 Ruths here. Corners a little worn. Front, no creases on those. Pretty sharp. Love those still. Anything with Ruth. Whole page. Juan Marichal. Dave McNally. Tug McGraw. Just 68s, 69s, 70 thrown in there. Entire page of basically Jim Bunning. Which, I don't know. Maybe he's a fan of Jim Bunning. Just, it seemed a little odd. Got a lot of Jim Bunning cards. I love this. Willie McCovey. Look at all his 68s. Here's some sharp ones. Wish they could center cards back in the old days. That one's centered really well. Comparatively so. 71. 71's actually in really good shape. 69. Another page of 61 Flair. John McGraw. Lou Boudreau. Fergie Jenkins. Look at that. You looking for 568 Fergie Jenkins? He's got him. He's a big fan of Fergie, I take it. Nice card. Great corners on some of these. I love how the shape, they're just in such great shape. A Billy Williams down there, that's centered really well. That's a 69. 68. Also the Bob Gibson Sporting News. Those are cool. Let's see. A lot more Bob Gibson. Big Bob Gibson fan. 68, a whole bunch of 69s. These are 69s, I think. Also, got Pete Rose on the back. The puzzle, Sporting News. Those look good. Man, could Topps ever center anything back in the old days? I don't think they could, honestly. Steve Carlton, I'm like, whoa. Steve Carlton out the wazoo. And of course it's with the cards. Whenever you mention Steve Carlton, you never think, oh, you know, spent all those years at the Cardinals at the beginning. Cardinals made a little mistake trading him off, letting him go. Those cards are in great shape. These, I mean, they look like, some of these look like they came straight out of the pack. It's just finding the right centering to get the grade you would want, but then the 69 also. Whole page of Jim Cut. 68, 69, 70. Looking good. I mean, they're just good shape. Catfish Hunter. When he was still Jim. Little Hoyt Wilhelm. If you're looking for 7 68 Jim Hunters, I think you found the right guy. Harmon Killebrew. Very cool. 68 69s. You can see his wheelhouse of collecting. 68 69, some 70s, 1970 cards. Then picked up a few vintage somehow. Maybe he went to flea markets and stuff in the day. And then I'm turning and then I hit this page. The 1969 Craig Nettles. Wow, you can't beat that. Except for Nolan Ryan's 68 rookie card. Jerry Kuzman. Centering is a little off. But I tell you what, I took this out. Close exam. Corners, oh, there are no creases, color's bright, corners are in really good shape. This thing's definitely above a 5. I mean, I'm no professional, and sometimes I can't figure out their grading, but I mean, I think it could be 6, 7. It's in great shape. That's a big card to have in there. Page full of Frank Howard's 68 69s along with Joe Torre, same years. Looking good. Always liked Frank Howard. Sadly passed away recently. Manager page. I thought this was kind of funny. Just kind of stacked a lot of managers together. Earl Weaver. Then you got Leo DeRocher and Gil Hodges. As the old Reds, Fred Hutchinson. Pretty beat up. And then the really beat up is unfortunately that 70 Ted Williams. But very cool. Very cool card. And we have a page full of Boog Pals. Look how young Boog Pal looked. But he still looked old. He was in his 20s there. 68, 69, and 70. Got a batting leaders from Tony Oliva on it. Yaz. Danny Cater. I don't even recall that gentleman. Sorry about that. Then this one, 68. Clemente. That's the one that caught my eye. It's the only Clemente he had in here. That's a pretty cool card. It's in good shape too. Centering, good. Another Decoledge. Kurt Flood. Some Lou Brock. This is one of these Kellogg's 3D Ty Cobb. 72, I believe. Then I really like this. That's the 61 Lou Gehrig. Those are always cool. Anything with Ruth and Gehrig on them. And then, this was cool too. Not that they're not all cool. Got the page, this is the Flair 59 Ted Williams. They put out a whole set. A lot of these, the shape of them aren't as good shape. But it's very cool. I just have never ran across those. But it is a 59 Flair, so it's not something that's just popping out every day. And then the decal edge of Bob Gibson along with his 68. Then 1960 Flair, Cy Young, Grover Cleveland, Waite Hoyt. Some big names, Jimmy Fox in there. And then the 61 Flair, names aren't as big, Ford Frick, who they named the broadcasting award off of. It's kind of bent up. Some more Flair. Big page of Johnny Bench. Just 2. Rookie card. And his rookie cup card next year, the 69. That bench is in pretty good shape. Not close to the good as Nolan Ryan's. But no creases. Edge wear. At least 2 of the corners. 3 really if you zoom in too much. But a 68 Johnny Bench rookie card. We got some Phil Niekro, 69, 68, 70. Don Sutton, before the curly hair. Got in his pitching stance just like in Little League they'd have you do. 68, 69, really good shape. I'll tell you this. These centering's really good on this, and the corners, if I looked at them better, these are really excellent condition. Big page of Luis Aparicio. Respect for him. Brooks Robinson. Fortunately, he passed away recently. The 68. Sporting News. The 70. Got a lot of his. None of his regular cards. Just has the Sporting News type. This one I found very funny. The 68 Joe Morgans. 69 Joe Morgan. Exact same picture. I mean, really, they couldn't get one other picture between the 2 years of Joe Morgan. Maury Wells, Manny Sanguian. But, love Joe Morgan. Early Joe Morgan. Kind of random. Ron Santo and Rusty Staub. Ed Matthews later in his career. That's really cool. Lou Brock. Several of Lou Brock. He had a Ken Boyer, but they're cool. Big page of Sparky Lyle, Mickey Lolich. I think he was also a Tiger fan, I may have mentioned. That's really interesting. And then his final page, Pete Rose. 68, 69, 70. Some Sporting News, batting leaders. Pretty good shape, especially this. Centering's really good on this. Corners, little edge on this. This one right here looks like it came out of a pack. I mean, literally, it looks like it could be an 8 at least, because its centering is close enough, and those edges are in great shape. But that is the binder, 40 pages, handed to me just to check out. Didn't seem to have a lot of interest in when I ever gave it back, which I think is still a couple months away from the next appointment. I'll have to drop him an email and let him know I finally went through it. Until next time though, I'd love to see some comments, subscribe, anything you can do. Hope you enjoyed this. Peace.